say it's just really nice to have him and Lewis and Price and the guys just helping us out with our ball teams, whether it's the girls or the boys. Really appreciate how they handle themselves on and off the floor. Appreciate their conduct while they're coaching. Just a good testimony for our school. I thank you, DP.
If I can have all of the high school girls come back up here, please. So most of you don't know, I'm Coach DP. This is my first year at CCA. Last year I coached over at Greenwood. I was the 8th grade boys basketball coach. And when I came into that job, they were on a 6-game losing streak. We finished on a 10-game winning streak. We lost in the conference finals. You know, I don't predicate myself. You know, I give all glory to God for that. He's put me in a lot of positions to be able to win. After that year, I told myself I was done coaching basketball internally, and I would never do it again. I just wanted to focus on training. But as we all know, God has other plans for us. And so there was a reason why he told me to reach out to Coach Phil. And, you know, one thing led to another. I got put into being the girls coach. And then after our season was over, I got put into also, you know, helping the boys. So that's a huge testimony, not to me, but again, like I'm thankful for God, you know, allowing me to even be in the position where I am now. The reason why I have these high school girls up here is because they were a huge reason for our middle school success. They practice at 4:30. We went right after school. And so I had these girls in the gym, right? I had these girls in the gym almost every day prepping for my middle school girls to get ready. And so, like, without them, there would be no middle school girls team. And like Coach said, we started the season off with 15 girls. We ended with 10. But for us to end with 10, that just goes to show what the future looks like for CCA girls basketball. And I'm all about growth. I know a lot of people want to preach about wins and losses, but I'm all about growth and buying into the system. And my middle school girls, they bought into it. And now it's a trickling effect. If my middle school girls can buy into it, so now the high school girls have to buy into it. And that's when we all become a big family. And so I just want to thank you high school girls for definitely sticking around, not only pushing me, but pushing the middle school girls and middle school boys as well to be the best versions of themselves as possible. Before COVID, my middle school girls, we were 5-2. 2 games we lost, or 2 games we should have won. We kind of let the game get out of our ways a little bit. One game, my best player, Jasmine, she actually fouled out. That was a tough one, but I think as a group, we had to learn from that. You know, we can't rely on Jasmine and Olivia to do everything for us, and that right there was a bonding moment. One thing I preach is next play, next play, next play, next play. Not just in basketball, but in life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we often get carried away with what's going on in front of us, and we make a mistake. We want to sit there and meditate on that mistake instead of saying, next play, next play, next play. So, again, I want to thank the CCA family for even welcoming me with open arms, because like I said, I didn't plan on coaching again. I was done. I just wanted to train, but God opened other doors, and so I'm interested in seeing what lies ahead for us in the CCA group. My first award goes to Demarius Ramirez, and I know she's here, so I just saw her. Demarius, she was kind of up and down a little bit. She didn't really know she wanted to play basketball, but I think once she realized, you know what I'm saying, like the potential she had, it opened a lot of doors for us on the defensive end. To counter Coach Johnson, I'm all about defense. Defense. Because to me, you can score 40, but you can't give up 41. And that's my philosophy, and I will forever live by it. I can't have 40 and give up 41 points, because if I give up 41, then I lose. So Demarius was a huge intricate in everything we needed to do on a defensive end. Little does she know, though she never showed up to practice, but that's okay. When she showed up, you could tell, you know, the difference she made. So Demarius, I appreciate you. The next one is Bell. Bell was kind of on the upside. I remember the first day I came, she came to me and said, I don't really know what I'm doing. And I said, Bell, I mean, that's okay. You know, I understand for a lot of you, this is your first time playing, but give it about a month or two, and we'll see where you're at in about a month or two. A month or two goes by, and she's like, am I doing this right? And I guess absolutely. Bell was another one of those guards that I had, because we ran primarily a 2-3 zone. And Bell played a huge part of it because she was so active. Though she never wanted to shoot the ball when she was wide open, she always wanted to pass it. But everything we did defensively, Bell was a part of it. So thank you, Bell. Sophia. I'm gonna make this one quick for you. Sophia never knew which hand she wanted to shoot with all season. No, I appreciate Sophia a lot. Her and, matter of fact, her entire family. Because again, Sophia was one of those, she didn't really know if she wanted to play with. So I thank you for sticking around and definitely getting through the storm, because she also played a huge part. She's just like her sister Nevaeh. If they can play football, they would. Jasmine. Jasmine. Nothing but good things coming from Coach Lee. Jasmine was really the force to our team. And when Jasmine didn't play, you could tell like we all just fell apart. She not only brought the light, but she also brought like the darkness that you also need. And when I turn into basketball aspects, what I mean is she brought the toughness to our team that we didn't have. She was that girl that would get in another girl's face and be like, you can't talk to my teammate like that. While her teammates are looking at her like, Jasmine, you can't do that. You go to a Christian school. Not knowing like, that's all part of the game. So Jasmine, I commend you a lot for you sticking around, because I know we've had our fair share of conversations. But to her entire family for having her stick around as well, I definitely appreciate you guys for having her stick with me. So thank you. Portia. Portia has became my best friend since I started. And here's the reason why. Portia, when I first came, Portia was throwing the ball excessively hard off the backboard all the time. Every day of practice, she would just religiously go to the backboard and just throw the ball. And she would look at me with so much frustration and say, Coach, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to do this. Just relax, just breathe. She would breathe and throw the ball as hard as she could off the backboard. And so now, Portia no longer throws the ball off the backboard. Now she's able to shoot a right hand and left hand layup. And that just goes to show how much work she's put in over the 4 months that I've been here. And again, I don't give my success, I don't predicate myself on that. I give all the glory to God for that, because He allowed me to show her that if you stick with it, anything is possible. So thank you, Portia. Isaac was definitely on the fence about playing the shoe. She didn't even know what she wanted. She she didn't really know what she wanted to do. But again, I appreciate, Isaac sticking around as well, because at any given moment, these girls could have quit on me. Just like the high school girls did. We definitely had our highs and lows as a middle school team, but for the most part, they all stuck with it and they bought into the process. And I think once they realize that once you buy into something, anything is possible, not only as a team, but as a family. So thank you, Ms. Miller. Olivia. Olivia is probably, and I'm gonna be honest, she's probably one of the best sixth grade girls basketball players I think I've ever encountered in my life. Always, every day after practice, she would always want to play me one-on-one. One-on-one, hey coach, I bet I can beat you. I'm like, baby, stop. Stop. Every day, it was the same thing. And that just goes to show the kind of family she has to send her the same kind of energy that her brother has. So, Olivia, I thank you because you are a huge part not only for defense, but I don't know if any of you really came to our middle school games. Olivia scored the ball a lot for us, especially when Jasmine wasn't in. Olivia was the force. She was our best shooter, and she was also, she could get to the bucket. So, thank you, Ms. Madden. Jackson. When Jackson first started, I couldn't pronounce his name. Just like Jackson and the rest of these girls, man, these girls she could have quit. She could have quit at any given time. Even with her playing, her minutes got reduced. She never pouted. She never griped. She never moaned. She never did any of that. The only thing she did was come to me and say, hey, coach, what can I do to get better? What can I do to get better? What can I do to be, inserted into playing more? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And it was all season. She never moped, she never griped, she never complained. So, Jackson, I appreciate not only you, but the rest of you for sticking through and making this a heck of a year. I'm interested in seeing what the future holds. Hopefully you girls stick around and play for me and Coach Johnson next year. Thank you. So for me, obviously, I coach, I preach defense, but this one is tough, offensive player of the year, because it could have went one or two ways. But when I sat down and I really thought about it, I had to give it to the one person who I felt like was our engine on the defensive end. And when we needed a bucket, she got a bucket. Especially to be in sixth grade, not too many sixth graders can really do the things that Olivia can do. So my offensive player of the year goes to Olivia. Now defense, this is where I specialize. This one was kind of tough, but the more I thought about it, I had to realize, well, there's only one person who I can really see myself giving this award to. She stuck out the most. And like I said, when she was out there on defense, you could see the difference she made. So this one goes to Jasmine Henderson. And the last one, like Coach Brown was saying, is a Charger award. And this one, to me, it's all about attitude. Day in, day out, highs and lows, no matter what it is. This girl stuck with it the entire season. She always demonstrated good attitude, not only to me, but to her peers, and most importantly, to everyone she encountered. And this one goes to Portia Forrester. So again, I appreciate you all, and hopefully we can make some great things happen here at CCA and win the sectional title. Thank you.